Well, we had a wonderful civil society forum today, focusing on recentering social development in a sustainable world. We spent some time highlighting the past. 2015 is such a significant year in terms of the 70th anniversary of the UN, the 20th anniversary of Copenhagen, as well as Beijing. It's an anniversary of the World Program Action for Youth, and it's when the MDGs morph into the SDGs. So it's a very, very significant year. So we spent time this morning highlighting the past, what seems to have worked, where are the gaps, and this afternoon we focused on transitioning to the future. And one of the things that has been loud and clear, I think both this morning and particularly this afternoon, is the fact that civil society has a very important role to play. And even though many of us may feel, and in fact there is truth in the statement that there is shrinking space for civil society. I think we feel that a little bit here. That being said, the year 2015, a year of celebration of all these wonderful things at the UN, is also an opportunity for civil society to perhaps find its voice in a much more deliberate fashion. And we on the NGO Committee for Social Development feel we have a real responsibility to do that by partnering with others. Friedrich Ebert Stiftung, which we did today at the forum, and hopefully in the future ILO, and our NGO partners throughout the world. But we do agree with much of what's been said today, that we can become fragmented, and we need to be much more intentional about bringing our voices together around the common interests that we share. And I think at the end of the day, our very common interest is the good of people. And we see that that good is not being tended to well by government. So together we need to be much more proactive in that regard.
The ILO is very happy to participate today in the Civil Society Forum. It's a wonderful opportunity to get together like-minded people focusing on this range of issues in development. We often think of development as sort of a very specific type of activities, but what we're realizing now that it's not just about the economy, it's not just about the environment, but people are the ones who should be at the center of this process. It is for people that we are looking at environmental issues. It is for people that we're looking at improving the economy of the world today, where people are out of work of no fault of their own, and they're suffering from policies that have not yet actually addressed the issues and the downsides that are sort of happening in the world today. So when we are speaking of these issues with civil society, we realize that they must be much more active in the role of negotiations.
As some of my colleagues today at the forum shared, that social development, economic development, environment all need to go hand in hand, and therefore so the first challenge is how we continue to keep social development as included in this whole conversation around, and it doesn't get totally consumed by economic development. Second is how we continue to create these spaces for civil society. It's really important that we have this space within the UN, but sitting in this forum today, it also made me wonder that where are my sisters from the Global South? It's great to have all the people in the New York participate, but if we are talking about global civil society, how much of the global civil society can engage in this process? And so there's a call, of course it's a responsibility of the government, it's responsibility of everyone, that if we want to make this whole process, and if we really believe in people-centric development, then it's important to how we outreach, how we include, how we make it truly participatory in ensuring that the process, perhaps it needs to start even from not just in New York with the NGO forum, but maybe months before, as a region or at country level, and how that process feeds into it. So it should be a state responsibility to support, to provide that enabling environment for an engaged, inclusive participation of civil society. And this NGO forum becomes a kind of an example of that process, which needs further strengthening and further supporting.